God said this is what marriage is. It's a relationship to help each other, to encourage one another, to love one another, and ultimately then to draw one another closer to Christ. And since God made us and God made marriage, we should listen to his advice on it. And the greatest teaching on marriage is found in the book of Ephesians from the Apostle Paul, Ephesians 5. And the whole passage can be boiled down to two great principles, and one for each of you. Now we know that we're called by God to love and respect everybody, but in the marriage relationship, it's a little bit special and it's a little bit unique. And that there is one great calling on the husband and the one great calling on the wife. That when Paul is talking about the marriage relationship, we're told that husbands and wives have different, really deep needs, and that the wife has one driving need in marriage, and that is to be and to feel loved. And that the husband has one driving need in marriage, and that is to be and to feel respected. And that when that need is met, he is happy. And to put it another way, that what a woman most wants is to be loved by the man she admires. What a man most wants is to be admired by the woman that he loves. And that when this happens, they're both happy. But when these needs aren't met, things can get messy. So Jacob, my charge to you is this: it's simply to love Maddie. Right? This word that's used so often, what does it really mean when Paul says love your bride? Well, these are commands, and since you can't command someone just to feel love, it must be talking about action. And this makes sense because when it talks about loving your wife, it says, love your wife in two ways. First, just as you love yourself, and second, as Christ loved the church. And you don't love yourself just by feeling good about yourself. In fact, often you don't feel good about yourself, but you love yourself anyway. You care for yourself. You meet your own needs. And Jesus didn't come to this earth just to feel loving towards the church, right? Jesus came to the earth to love us by sacrificing and serving. So you need to show Maddie that you love her by serving her, by sacrificing for her. And it may mean sacrificing some of your own plans. Sometimes your plans for a quiet, peaceful night to instead do yet another home remodeling project. And lastly, when we think of Christ coming to this earth out of love, we think humility. And in humility, be the first one to admit your fault, to say sorry, to apologize, to ask forgiveness. Resist the urge to avoid those problems and just hope they go away. Jacob loved Maddie by serving her and sacrificing for her. Maddie, my charge to you is this: that is, respect Jacob, admire Jacob. And we need to feel admired. They need to feel looked up to. And sometimes it's not hard to look up to Jacob because he is very, very tall. Right? But that he needs to be respected and admired. So shower him with your admiration. Respect him not just by doing what he might want you to do, but respect him in the way you look at him and speak to him. Show him admiration for his character, for his drive, for his work ethic, for his heart and desire to follow God. You can show him respect by hearing out his arguments, being willing to talk through the issues that come up with an open heart and an open mind. For hundreds of years, the giving of rings has been a symbol of two things. First, rings are circles and therefore have no end, symbolizing that this marriage is meant to go on forever. And second, these rings are always made of gold or some other precious metal to say, marriage is precious, you are precious to me. As you exchange rings, you are physically saying you are precious to me and this marriage will last forever. Now that they've said these vows and exchanged rings before God, he sees them now already as a couple. And as their first act as a married couple, they've chosen to begin their relationship, their life together, by taking communion. During communion, they've chosen the song, Build My Life, a song that says, I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation.
Maddie, I just want to tell you that we love you. We are very proud of you. And we have very much enjoyed parenting you over these last 20 years or so, not quite. And we're looking forward to the next chapter in our relationship. And you're an awesome daughter, a great sister, a true friend, and we know you'll be an amazing wife. And I would go into more cliche stories about you being my little girl, but you know that's how I feel, and I won't make it through it anyway. So, Jacob, for you, we didn't know who you'd be, where you'd come from, or what you'd be like, but we've prayed for you, Maddie's husband, since we knew she was coming. And, to be fair, I didn't know you'd be 6'4", and that I'd end up being the short guy in the family, thanks to you and Colton. But regardless, you are an answer to our prayers, and we have really enjoyed getting to know you over the last 18 months or so, and spending time with you, and we are just thrilled to welcome you into our family.
In front of God and all these witnesses, it is my joy to say the words you've been waiting to hear. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Mr. and Mrs. Jacob and Maddie Haas.